anything ankasa.
Whether you like in the Agyapong or not, that is not no for can do this one. Oh, we need Ghana be an pecking the Agyapong some, but we need somebody like that
as president. You mean?
Yeah, he'll be a own. He'll be a Ghana so for be no bit me booming. Whether you like in the Agyapong or not, that is not no for can do this one. Oh, we need Ghana be an pecking the Agyapong some, but we need somebody like that
as president. You mean?
Yeah, he'll be a own. Yeah, he'll be a omuadie. Obia on Ferradie. Nanado, Nebufu cry a brunei bufu. Fellow Ghanaians, you have to wear the mask. Don't let police arrest you. That means, and the time I am here at Tamils, as some doing has Mr. Munim Nanado. Nanado, they are some being. So that was what we were because they wanted Nanado to look like some monster. Nanado is not a monster. Nanado is a very nice person. But South Sudan yemfem Ghana my way. Ghana emre yeduma e ba ko obanko be ma toilet be man ko ba toilet enokra wo boa ebusu me yegola mi wura guess ho enti no ye hia niodin bi e di asesa nioma enye niodin out of emotions but eniodin na Henry Court woni bi Henry Court so MPP ni bi mo me am na abaso obi antan obia MPP ni bi on gintum se enoma nkoyie no onka nokre Henry Court on MPP ni bi na obeka chem se Ghana for so odin obi a wetu tu omokwa ajen kotoku osi se nyameti ase mu koba ye betumu. That is the only way to develop a country. But and now we are omonto abama akufo ado de oye no party no ankasa no te chiro no mo hwe no what you say the vice president no te ho eno mo mbo an campaign te ho enti ono po de ya chechire no nsa gu nachi akufo ado has become so asana kaman kensi kan yi na mo twa ho no Mr. Akufo-Addo, he is overwhelmed. That is 1. 2, it has made him confused. 3, he does not know what to do. 4, even if he knows what to do, he doesn't know how to do it. 5, even if he knows how to do it, he doesn't have people to do it with.
Hey.
Yes, that is the reason why he will just burn the excavator. When him say, "I'm to a judgment exclamation," because Akufo-Addo ni nipa ba ko betumi age excavator ahweso. MPP party nipa on to abama MPP omo 6 million. There is not a single person out of 6 million human beings who can be entrusted with confiscated mining equipment and use the law to allocate it to state institutions as the Minerals and Mining Act states. We have the men, not one man, not one woman. How? The only person who can rule this country is somebody who has the guts to hire and fire. Yinedi, Nanado. Yes, Nanado has people who helped him, and those people, 4 years we may be here, and cause 4 years we, Allah, like 4 years we are okay. Oh, special prosecutor, Madam Fu,
the new one,
ultimate prosecutor will be
na ye bisa sanye pia wo wonso wadwen kire eni sen honorable Kennedy ohene Agyapong obedi omanpanyin na wani beje ho anase wani enyo wei eye nsama sese ye nyina no ye di hu abobo ye pe obi a owa akukuduro na emposa de ye ka no obetimi aka no kre na emman no ebetimi akoyi sen e na wonso wadwen eye wo. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Beba cho otime nka no akasa amame.
Hello.
Beba cho udin ba bia okasa free.
Me kasa free manso.
Mate, wa bin kire ne se. Me ho ye pa be me na na so e.
O mtati upa.
Mate ya da se pa. Mate.
Na de kaka me kan se Ghana ye pesa ne man pa won kato so no. Ini se bibia nya e sinya ka ti ni pa ne se. Onye ko mti ama se na manfo kan sengu manfo so. But that is a kunsunsun Oh, first I'm not can or say basa una mo we say e ka toma to so ya oba na we think e dey cop easy pa.
Ghana needs Kennedy, the hope for the youth. NPP delegates listen to the call for a leader who can stand up tall. Kennedy Agyapong, the man with a plan to uplift Ghana, hand in hand.
Suaba, my Kennedy. No ma, suaba, my Kennedy.
Humabredo, and now we're creating the office of the special prosecutor. There's been so much in the news concerning him. Just this morning, Motaka comes out to say that the whole issue of the OSP, this attempted assassination on him, some are calling for the scrap of the office. Others are also talking about the person, the special prosecutor. I would want your take on that. And then lastly, we deal with the WAEC result because you were once there. That, but to Kennedy, proper. I'm ambushing you. You like it or not? I'm ambushing you.
No, that's a fanta.
Oh, now I'm telling you.
They say, well, no more okay, as a supercomputer, but
oh no, you're fun one.
No, one. And yes,
let's start with yesterday. Or you want to start with those?
Oh yeah, any of them.
Okay, let's start with yesterday, which is quite current, and then we come to SPL.
And right, Pandai issue, right? My view on Pandai even extend beyond what happened yesterday.
Okay.
My view here how kakran politicians and politically exposed persons gradually are weakening state institutions. That's why I'm MFF. And why am I saying that? She say me no say. Okay, Bra Obama about Ghana, he made very profound statements. Was it Africa? A problem kesepa a normal was leadership and a weak institutions.
I remember.
May a bias protecting state institutions. Into any attempt by whoever individual, especially politically exposed persons, one more to weaken state institutions. I'm against it.
Okay.
Now may build the point in about.
With you,
and over your security service, you say and the recruitment. You and I know say MPP was of a fan and Crawford, and this was of a fan and Crawford. Okay, mama by Army Generals bed 21 or Pamo Munina and the other. And me know I don't care which party is in power, but I'm saying that state institutions ought to be protected. And what is the point I make? The point I make, man, say, ya say state institutions say matus and they are menoka say they read the judiciary. Judiciary omuni two, omuni aba, omuni ejai. They thrive on the confidence that the public repose in them.
That's right.
And it's a judiciary, sometimes when the perception becomes so greater, it's a judiciary, yes, and a hadring. You have a judge, will be the pleadings are common, no the case are common. Na nipa kroka say, oh, there are about 41 polling stations, may say hodie, and she say, relation to a battle and quay, in the opening, shiny to one of then the judge goes beyond what is before him. And say, I've disenfranchised Obi or two ababia and the vote doesn't matter. Yes, I'm caught up. That's essentially what it means. Now, same way, sebi, which reasonable man on the street and a better say, Obeni, we say we don't careful. Obi aberia wanka, ankano, oberia bagema. Yemfa obagema nyade emau. And no cry is also even in contention because Yanka say ankano aberia na so nyade we will not be able to establish that. Then you go to more for and say there be yemfa careful in amount. Meanwhile, you didn't even plead for that. Until Openia and this senior or there 7 o'clock quarter. He went in relation with just 41 polling stations. Yesterday, I didn't see him quarter for 4. And then the grow the suspicion and the perception said no, a decision like this, now I'm a lawyer.
You think the judges the judgment still was biased?
People who have such perception may not be entirely wrong. What is the basis? Opinion judge not the judgment or the buyer, and of course the final judgment. As a more or say, well, order electoral commission, so I'm on 30 days.
30 days to rerun.
On your rerun. 1 month 30 days in the interest of natural justice no nipa uliti ano no Pandai MPP MP no obviously you also have to give him opportunity to wait to appeal bra ma order of 30 days no so within 30 days judgment within 30 days yemfa yes is in court of now judgment is ready also the judgment remember up to 28th November as at 28th November na ready nipa no so case or appeal to go and challenge with decision
judgment no
dey very intentional nti enne ma nipa no say ene yankofo no so o ma hyehyade no say e be ya de gu MPP e dey anymore say na me this is my fear. I don't care who is doing that MPP yempo na nya I don't care. I have to say it. I am very sad when I first say status especially the judiciary when I no kwa mfa so yi tokono in the history of our fourth republic ebisi pen nkroma mpokura na oyi chief justice in impono it wasn't through such crude mechanisms like that. Of course, now so go through Article 146. Montesquieu said it, put it so certainly right. Opinion of Montesquieu. More political science and yeah, philosophy in India, France. Or say, there is no greater tyranny than the one that is perpetuated under the rule of law in the name of justice. Now the man katazo. Connected slave trade, send backed by law. For human sacrifice and him for 20 petition na back by law and you know because I know papa kufu iba wo mono wiki state institutions and near assessor chief justice whatna and assessor chief justice we are getting all manner of bizarre ruling bizarre decisions from the court no me that's my catch on say
but am for so be ka say sanya menyi na ahase nyenne enye NDC basu yayi ene yehunu she ma dia ekoso okay say mo akra mo abreso yeto court ni kra yeto ni din unanimous FC no ni ade so say ye ka say de ade no she ba akofo konwa say enye fair wo ho no mu in terms of weakening the judiciary no, we will not be fair in saying so.
I'll be very dishonest to pretend say MPP is about power. There are times one also use political power to get things on their favor. I will not be honest to do that. Me a Ghanaian, I know what is going on. But you treat every case based on the facts that you present. The unanimous FC. What is the basis of it? Assemble in a court to the reasonable man on the street. Assemble to say, let's look at the fact. Then compare our fact to it. So you give a judgment, nipa no opportunity or right to go for an appeal. Your judgment is not even ready. As a day, I'll buy one more lawyers are thrown 2 occasions to get your judgment. Now, the money crucial. The judgment of the court, and the reasoning behind the judge's decision. In this reasoning, how did you come arrive at the decision?
But the other question is, at the end of the day, their minority so preventing the business of the day not to run. Is it also right in your view?
Openly. The Constitution enjoins us to protect this very Constitution with all our might.
Okay.
Constitution, it enjoins us to protect the very principles of the Constitution. And to be committee at the illegality of Constitution, so say, to prevent it.
So you don't see anything
we cannot watch such an illegality. I didn't feel so better by I'm
I'm just taking your take on all of these because at the end of the day, go OSP.
OSP.
Your
my MSB, yes. You see, Akufo-Addo had a good intent. The fact good intent and good motive, but at the end of the day, it be a problem cross us over a complex.
Okay.
One more economics and friend the Cobra effect. And just a brief overview of the Cobra effect, the Cobra effect. India, na kuafo hopa so na akuafo no wonu no baye ne ade na omo ye no omo ko nwum bia so omo ko ye kuana na awowo Cobra ne ade no very wild animals no makaka omo na efo no kuafo omo ntimi enye fo no enye production and then UK sabe no omo UK no omo se UK ase. So now UK colonialism near the then government or governor na yeso any Cobra no yenchichi wa betima achi Cobra ni bi ababia no whether dead or alive because of person two Cobra na so to be eyo modjuma e be ma wo teku na asempoa na chain and Kofu says, Cobra, and how the quest can and a chain, no by any already. People started wearing the Cobra.
Instead of saying a bed idea.
Good. Now, Governor, who knows, send some money and Kofu in a Cobra and Tonya in Yantobuno Muja Mugu. So sometimes your solution to a problem itself can become a problem.
Okay.
It doesn't mean say you didn't have a good intent.
Where did we get it wrong with the OSP?
I don't think we've had it wrong. Okay. Where I believe in is you see, when state institutions are not effective, the solution is not to scrap those state institutions.
Okay.
The solution is to strengthen them. Oftentimes, the people confuse the office of the OSP with the officer, the SP himself.
The SP himself.
What does it? So, when we are I'm not near doing come and I'm so most say your status officer no so I'm fight corruption or buy you allocate so much budget but when corruption one related case or do prosecute you. Then I asked my colleagues openly, let's also go to the office of the Attorney General. For the past 20 years, how many corruption cases need to be prosecuted? Indeed, the problem has nothing to do with the office or the officer. The problem is our systemic failure as a country. Intimate dealing with the whole issue of corruption. Look at our procurement laws. One intimate fan who knew a procurement laws. All you need to do is open the tender, get your friends to bid higher, and you accept the relatively unreasonable higher one. So what are you talking about?
I said we are only taking ourselves.
And the also hospital and your hospital beds in your hospital also there are so much pressure there beds in your. Your solution to that problem is your solution is about building a lot of clinics and CHIPS compounds so that they are minor cases, you know.
They decongested.
No bed, who has seminar here can no bed, and you say, Yanto bed in Kuguhu. No bed is because there is a problem.
The number to kill outweighs the beds that we have there.
And why? Is because during your community healthcare system, okay. In the your solution is we see CHIPS compound, no see clinic, no see district hospital, no see regional hospital. And the radio will not suppress anymore. And the moon could do confonote go, will be near on final day. And that you solve the problem. So the solution to say OSP is effective and efficient, is not to scrap the OSP. I disagree.
Okay.
It's not to scrap the office. Per that logic, anyway, say you could some fight corruption. How many successful prosecutions have they been able to do? And the scrap you comparatively, FIC Financial Intelligence Center. One also connected to cry before this was will be a friend ombudsman. No, almost way. Then
if I send a chum,
so we even have your Ghana police service. Police service, or does it mean that there is no crime? There are crimes in the with the police service. Don't we still have crimes persisting? I think we make very simplistic and sometimes shallow arguments based on our emotions. So, OSP office, until you allocate 183 million, you allocate 150 million to office in your function, and you trust our office in him. Hey, every office, come office, come office, be effective for her. You Ministry of Education, you have everything effective there. Everything, efficient there. And
last is for
her. Brah, no funny. Now, no be there until you know.
Well, these are your opinions. Some Ghanaians also share in same opinion. I've interviewed quite a number of people who share same opinion with respect to the office. Now let's come to the person. Kisi Agyapong. We started with Martin Amidu. Obelamente eventually had his own issue with the government of the day at the time. And on Wankasa resigning and Okoye and Kisi Agyapong by. Do you see Kisi Agyapong permit my choice of words, competent enough handling the office?
I mean, he's not my fan. He's not somebody I like in person. I feel his style is crude, coming into the public to run public persecutions. I mean, he's a lawyer near penny at his level there. You go to court to address your issues and win your cases. And I'm not so enthused about his style and his approach. But the point is, also why they like why then what I ask a question and issue.
Just like you are also saying, you don't like his style. People think that he's talking too
much. But not like somebody's style doesn't mean any panel committee any offense in JC. I ask a question and issue here by. I remember me telling students, I don't also question and teach for years. Can I'm sure we are saying how much. This is a court without emotions. So a fast or fast any unity. Over there. Only the only thing we saw is a supposed video where Master American as somebody is running commentary. So the second one which I can say a day welcome into a certain assumption.
That is a number 12 video.
Yeah, number 12 video. And near the good be any master. It's a similar like why a day. Why a day, then why itiamra a chesen office.
If you listen to Obetise Martin Pebu argument here, say Kiseja been knew about the former finance minister, and he had all the powers and Obetime stopping him from leaving the country, and that he's even having some engagement with him for that matter, protecting him.
Very simplistic and unwise argument. What is the basis? OSP inquiry officer of fighting corruption. What about the other offices? So OSP failure, you will see ID office or no about power. What is he talking about? You're not Attorney General, no about our power. Do you really need the OSP to bring offense say Ofuriata? FIC Nipo. I mean, nobody should evade accountability.
Couldn't say I've also liaised with these institutions you are mentioning if indeed he wanted, us to prosecute a
Martin Pebu na buy. Into whatever information for Atano, assuming OSP has failed.
Okay.
Now all other institutions are so relevant and strong. You see, me, I'm a very open-minded person. And yet, how me buy this my party as pepe. The end also no. I speak my opinion. Yes. Now I'm going to respond to you. And a few days later, I responded. Also, I said, "Can me and you 7,000 bia."
Oh, you remember then you put now. Why we not can we tell me? And much about you didn't come up. We'll talk about that. Apart from Onone Dianua, was say Ken be a Juma Biano. We'll come to Ken's issue. Now let's touch on why Kadiano. Machi with
a state that is so quick to undermine the efforts of Yankwara. I say, will be a course we have to find a way I undermine. Who young girl not to came no in the care where you may chief of oh, sugar daddy be a tomorrow. Who young boy we know about Brana Koya, who bra out how we bring. What's an farmer pet? No trick or more languages, I can say, it's Krumha languages, traffic browser in the day. Would you be almost zero? So you echo. I don't think we should be that of a nation. And Korea idea. I see a creative, a fine effort. I mean, this is the basis of my argument.
All right.
Later now, Kata mo dey announce results no. So here a guy conference in Infinity. Why PR or the Kata be announced. Papi good. John Cappy. Yes, John Cappy. I didn't prepare on WAEC issues, but I'm just giving you to go and refer. Or say if I get the figure right, and of course I'm open for correction. But I say I'm mentioning about 11,000 issues of more practices. You mention about 8,000 or so. See a trouble person. What are you talking about? Some more practices now when people time on go. Nipaneka tire the buy and so see I will do some results for more practices. What are you talking about? Say time there was no more practice. But will be time and there was more practice. John already results and your papa or the papa. And I'm saying that they should stick to the documents or more than also the WAEC results and say that document itself has stated say more practice may be a also. And see if students didn't perform, accept that you failed. So you failed. Oh, now so ultimately the government will have to bear the responsibility.
The government India will feel say. What's the take question for learners?
Without any disrespect to Haruna Drusu, you can see he's not in charge of the ministry. But compared to a Duchum time.
Why would you say so?
Oh, no,
but give me instances and I said, what you say he's not in charge of.
Sir, results you could actually be able to. What should he have done?
What should he have done in ensuring, say, a result are now we're expecting? What were you expecting?
I'm not the one to micromanage him on how to do things, right? I'm not the one to micromanage him. If it counts for consultancy, maybe I should be able to do that. I get all the big guys, they give me all the advice, and I go and advise him. That one I'll be able to do that. I just mental so money free consultancy now. Pay. But you see, on the substantive matter, the worst performance agreeable in the past 8 years. You take responsibility and investigate. As at now, Chief Examiner's report to MI. To even pinpoint say I had a problem near there and all you do is to run a simplistic analogy. oh abanda da no ne nkwala ne wiade nkwala no ye kyerɛ mu ne nkwala ne more practices in there. And I'm telling you that if the argument is saying more practice there, then on the face of the document and the whole ministry,
we shouldn't have seen any traces of more practice in the report.
Exactly. Because what they announce, yeah, we hold the results on the basis of the same more practice. You cancel Kwalabe 8,000 or so results. Then you know no more cancel here. No more vampire exams for. The more practice was some now kind of me and you a street game. We are human beings. And just like police fighting a crime. Police fighting a crime. Police cannot police every individual. Okay. You still get excesses. But at the end of the day, holistically, you take responsibility. How do you review no day? But you have a government. All you do have to do is to wait for the chief examiner's report. No one tell baby at the country and the ankoyi. It be a mass or money. It be a MPP. It be a time or maybe a math teacher for motivation. Maybe on your classes at the moment. Past questions in the court. It be a this time by past questions and another day. Uncle.
Holistic approach.
All you do is to play politics with it and say no dear because there was a straighter invigilation. Assuming I'm telling you, if at our time there was no straighter invigilation, then the logic should have been that the students would have also all had 100% because in it's normal.
More pastors in the also.
No, because we're doing the right thing.
What things were you doing right that this government isn't doing? If you can mention some of them.
Wait. I've not been following on more issues as of now.
Okay.
But of course, we can pass question once. Yeah, by sir, teacher for who's a core subjects in the Quran, right? Yeah, my teacher for
math, science.
Yeah, my teacher for should training teachers on more special motivation on teaching the core subjects in alone. More training or home and more. When we have special classes you see the idea about past questions all over the world any standard exams we call them question bank.
Okay,
you go there and practice.
Okay,
NDC has never believed in question bank. They say oh yes I taught past question ma come and diska nti idea I don't believe in that your bar better so and also better say no because believe in question bank also past question there yes but all over the world me person me cultural exams so far say me person cultural US bar exams I have to go to their website
print out some of the questions now to have an idea.
So we're encouraging the students to practice more. I did my question who say why can you Ghana nkwa na you
it's West Africa.
Yeah, in Ghana they taking decisions on the exams and how things go. There is a council that one invigilators some recruit the Ministry of Education a recruit more. What I say, Onuma, why for our system or more, of course, the only use GS staff near the Echiakaniade, or more police or more financial fire the Emomo. Tinquaraco exams Nekoya. You cannot use that as a basis, say, one more time there. Now, upon it, exams for practice once you were two forms. You were leakages, right? And you were more practices.
That's right.
Nipa and of course don't say bia yeso to kodo no ide where you make he's my boss and I always respect him. Nipa otimi for the past 4 years what leakages was semda. I do trim that he leakages feel. Leakages before the paper and more practices during the exams.
That's right.
Leakages you say before I quote exam and say
paper na PA.
For 4 years what leakages.
Where you dey see anoko.
Yeah, the be a friend serialization. Serialization nature say exams na more culture no fancy class 5 and 4 na culture exam hypothetically class 5 no you have about 10-20 different set of questions 10-20 different sets of questions no ya code ya serialize it.
Okay,
nti over no obi question 1 you obi question 20.
Okay,
obi question 25 you obi question 5 nti ko compare
wetin
o be kire. Secondly so no there could be
the university other university we do with us.
Secondly so there could also be different questions but related to the same topic syllabus.
Okay,
syllabus, the same syllabus. Make education one as make politics. There could be different questions, but related to the same syllabus.
Okay.
Let me know what way the into session B, no.
And yet the same obe session B.
We should more tell we the into question before question leaking out of far. And for some of such as say, I just say when you have 20 sets of questions because you don't even know
which one you're going to be giving to us.
We didn't make noise about this. But there's nothing like leakages. And why could the statement be about they talk about more practicing? More practice there. I say, Ghana. Yes, say police for into will be anyabone. Where they are beginning to be a bonny. Yes, say, when a man for phone can be the phone rema, and they are buying some.
I don't know when no one and the policy and bedaho. Because like
the
what
realization.
Yes.
No, but the question is leaky. It's still
well leaky.
There was no more practices. There was more practices, yeah. More practices there. Who the deeper first deeper by 500,000 kwa exams. Reason that in 2 na 5 years bidding pasasem. A man prepare there more say more practice no ko be there so. What try to or what
school to say ho.
Me na me ma ba. Na so no ka so say no ma there.
Na won boss am.
Let me say I'm trying my broker mean to me. I have to read and go.
I akwaba kwa wakoye wenya I think grade 37 or 30 BB. I wa ka che the papa say we person go school. Three papa mbano ko school na ne papa se na anya se no school. Say 38 is when papa say no be ko Sunday school. That's on the lighter side of the.
No, but I want to make a quick. It's an important point that I want to make.
Okay.
You see, we've got a system. We don't give people a second chance.
Sure.
An opportunity to justify themselves.
Sure.
This should be one of them. Akora when you're 37 for academic purposes, no. Wanyade. How and then this is what they've done. What people don't know. Training colleges and no market admission by half. Training colleges feed you no feeding 3 times a day no and no once a day. Almost all the no school free when is school free policy.
Tertiary.
All what they are seeking to do is just basic and one thing. Cut the numbers. How do you cut that? Because of course oppression, but how do make sure idea?
But this I give
it's subject to interrogation so that we compare the figures. All what they are doing is say let's cut the numbers. How do we cut the numbers? Akwala kwetwe exam say the be a friend no cut off point aye dey aba. Na cut off point no ya catch akwala na say unya 28 wabon. Enya akwala na abon. The state has failed to provide a system for akwala to justify itself.
And no, it's a national issue. And yet one political party.
No, but who takes the decision? Ghana have national issue meaning for decision. Politicians they take it.
But this situation, it has been there. We had that issue.
I am coming.
Okay, let me listen to you.
But I'm telling you what we did from BEC up to secondary school level. What we did, they say, we pass it, we feel English and we feel mathematics and manako. It's only when you feel English and maths and we give you opportunity to go and write it again. What is the point that I'm making? The point I'm making, the principle is that nipa no trust here no. Now why there? Instead of say university because you don't have no opportunity. English no failure. School no say 5 years no be there manager day.
Now or making sure say we pass it.
Because I don't know 37 years can answer how much Sunday school. O could do America. O my own free ho. O my own pay tax more. Americans can train sa akwala no.
I'm an
engineer. I'm a yes I true ho abu side amano. But mass man American say people have also argued say for years say that feeling for be break. Say that we omunya kwanya
enko invest because I buy new guy with the bit here. This argument say but some say fallacy.
No, it could be that's that people have that perception. This is not my case.
Anyway,
because I don't have any evidence to support. But I'm saying that these are perceptions going round. So if they want to say MPP time na nkola no ya chiroma. What is so wrong say nkola pass exams?
In Africa,
what is so wrong?
In Africa,
as
your examiner wants you to fill the paper.
Let me say a person who PhD will go. Me say we penny be too before. When I say that some of the schools who are professors no. Me say nim kasawo. Ebu has a PhD ni kwa ba say
earlier.
I didn't tell us how. Any power didn't the ebe can work when and to add value to the self. As I'm a school fees. How they will treat you and how they will respond to you. That's all who be. Why should we be worried because our students are
passing? Maybe Kennedy issues this. So you have been there. Your political and your men in your education, in your opinion, what do you think? What's your team ya? Said your future no. You bet me no said you're hanging na
where in terms of
education because you have been there and so you're winning the nitty-gritties there.
I think
some few solutions are say a man policy better on say on mine.
I don't you see, to be very honest, I cannot sit here and generate policies, but this is my view. there has always been a link between education and socio-economic transformation.
Okay.
We are seeing baby or multiple developer biana and women. If you be gross tertiary enrollment ratio, or man for it mission now the tertiary class it dropped to 40%. Automatically the country develops.
Okay.
Look at countries like Malaysia, which is about 40%, Singapore about 40%. Somewhere America should be there around 76, 78%.
Some of them are
yes. One of the countries that are developed power we are saying South Korea. Around 96%.
Wow.
Social women ratio.
Wow.
More engineers won't produce about 30,000 engineers a year. And you have a company like Samsung, it may could see more plants near there.
Yeah.
So, but not just educating people up to the tertiary level. The content of the education is also very key.
Okay.
Yeah, 21st century. Under the fourth industrial revolution. What is the order of the day? Artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, 3D imaging,
that's right.
Digitalization. And then talk about me.
But you drum this as well.
When I say economy, I know we're done every week in a those are the order of the day. So what is pertaining in the fourth industrial revolution? That's what we need to take advantage of. Because the first up to the fourth industrial revolution, we're just at the consuming end. What I say? See, this is the time we need to take advantage of the fourth industrial revolution and really move
to the production.
Yes, production.
Yeah.
Because first industrial revolution, steam engines are here with production, second electricity, third supercomputers and other things, and then AI. All to power production.
Sure.
But us now
we are not taking advantage of it. As a nation, no. You hear that ending to that.
We need pragmatism. We need a radical leader to leapfrog us because we miss all these industrial revolutions. And when we are kicking the asema, sometimes some of us get overly passionate about it. The Kenya all boils down to leadership.
Okay.
Now, what is the biggest problem I confront to growing and developing economies? Unemployment. Maybe what? University. It's almost like your life goes backwards about 10-15 years. Because there are researchers to support. Some 12 years could be at the state is able to only employ 2.
About 2. So 10 of them, will leave them in their own fate.
Hopeless and despair will not just be a moment, but it almost become a way of life. The other researchers say national service badge you use 50% we use 50% you national service. 100% national service. Only 50%
anything
the remaining will 50%
no
after another 10 years. Even that 50% of many jobs is within a space of 10 years.
Exactly.
How did we get here? How do we
get out of it as a people?
And why do we even create this for ourselves? Sakura Efa plane. No turn them assase. No apply school. So go school UK. Okudu no anko school no benya nkuko twitwim. Okututu nkuko mu koba every year.
Or I'll be sit down with
you. How do we do it to ourselves? In Obi country, our citizens are able to survive and live a meaningful life here. But in your own country, why you have decent life continue living? And unfortunately, most of us take insurance in religion. I feel sorry about Bompire, 15 years now. Because God doesn't work through a vacuum. The systems and institutions now, as I answer, some prayers and the channels are able to create through them. They are not even existent.
Just a Bompire now, more or less.
Now, Bompire protocol.
So that is why people like you believe Kennedy is a solution to these problems. You face as a nation.
Yeah, because maybe there are 2 reasons in time I believe it. One of is on this, and then I'll come to the second one. Maybe we need pragmatism. Asia, Asia miracle model countries it is leadership. Bakufo and we now could do. Bakufo and we now could do. What I say, Wellens had the same courage, but at some point he was socialized into the rot and the canker and obey the ordinary person.
That's your opinion.
Or starting. Sabo guy, Junior Jesus.
Do something before he died.
What I say? But at some point he got socialized into the system. There were a lot of issues. Just that coffee, yes, as we, yes, a factory, he got socialized into the system. But you need that one person who will say enough is enough. Hey, Omaya Tima, Sebu Tafrache, Land Cruiser, traffic is so red and police in our salutuno. And it is so normal. All you need to do to commit an offense in this country and move away and even get saluted is to own a Land Cruiser. Yeah, my how. Sanitation. How are you able to enforce sanitation? Will be too much for me. It is not a big deal. We could be too much for me. It is not a big deal. Normal way, my moha. Memo in your Jumanye. We used to know in your Jumaya normal. We were office now a young girl now hofa. Somebody is able to look into your face and says, oh, I saw no dance and and there is nothing wrong. There is no system of support.
And the crowd here no better dance your
parcel. University system. Collaborating with Russia, every million is voyage and collaboration say, oh my boy. Yeah, my moha. So, and if you want to go into the researches and the studies and the data there, the picture is even gloomy. But I say, in your own country. And so if you don't get somebody or what that drive or that remarkable track record say, dear way we have seen you may be. Now you may be. Kennedy believes or the solution to our current problems as a country is to create jobs. Do you know the basis and the reason who created jobs are Nippon in or increase productivity more minor. What two? Ne bed ness about minor sono. A free ho. Three, Nippon on your jumano. Bonsam a bonipa. Says arrangement bonsam money pa. Inti all manner of crimes in the idea as a cost on Nippon watching any day. I feel we discuss taxes and now would be constructive rules any other. That's where the nation develops. So there has always been a strong correlation between job creation and socio-economic transformation. There's a link. Our case here at that. Enuma biemu ene oman bia de empuntu oman fo ne nyadwuma no oh oman no TV3 no e charge nti we hu aye busy kwa ba no jojo want to me na pitch wa when he was so busy you are reminding me of something I don't want to remember back when I do TV3 no more for the junior. I know but now you can in a cry. It's a new man. I'm going to show you what can do. May catch a market say. Me no Ken Numa. Okay. One, Ken a creative fruit land factory. Ken Ashanti Steel. Ashanti Steel is the biggest steel in West Africa. When we do commissioning stage, now when you issue with the ECG in grade for. ECG forecast said it can meet my, but almost have your soldier power and if good for. But remember the installation of the plant itself. And no umpukra nipa install a plant on the site alone, jobs. Remember figures I can't remember. Or a mountain agro or central sugar. A funny passe. I'm coming there. All right. I'm going to give you. Or at the Paco store. Or at the Paco store. Or at the Semanco store. Or a Jampaco store, or Nap Radio, or ASFM, or Man FM, or Net 2. Now I'm going to go into the figures. Okay, maybe this is a Platinum Plastics, the very recent company, or 367 workers are on more every day outside too, or 50 distribution centers. Right? Assuming say each of the distribution centers even recruits 10 people. Multiplied by 50. And they say that's about 500 people. If I cut 367 or if I penetrate. So we are looking at 867. 867. With the platinum alone. You call the real estate portfolio. The real estate portfolio can so 277 houses. Can see what? Say me name it 277. So this one is what he is saying, but yeah, but you don't have on record. But 7,000 workers, on the kind. So 7,000 workers. So everything is based on. But you being a follower, no. But let's be objective here. There's no way I can go and count 277 houses. If you at the end of the day, platinum plus amount, I have no goal to count. It's based on what I've been. I'm not asking you to go there counting. I am telling you what the information that I have to speak on authority as a spokesperson. So that's 277 houses based on him. If you want me to rephrase it, I mean, now let's proceed. The real estate portfolio alone recruits more than 1,000 people. Let me give you the basis. Ken were 277 houses. Those are private houses, and no, my man one, you know, Ken if you say a jacuzzi fee, into or one garden boy, right? It will clean our home, right? nipa manage say na 3 multiplied by 207.
And are these houses rented apartment?
Rented apartment. We are not our commercial houses. We are not our commercial houses. Commercial buildings and also your estate manager, your security, your. That's why we put all together. Said the real estate portfolio alone gives about 1,000. We move on.
How does he get the funding for some of these things?
Oh, I thought let's deal with the figures. Yeah, we are near back. Let me see figures here.
Okay.
At the Semai Cold Store. At the Semai Cold Store, direct workers are 57 workers. Or 23 distribution centers at the Semai Cold Store. Each of the distribution centers is not doing less than 30 people.
Okay.
Multiply by 23 distribution centers, multiply by 30. And remember the cold stores I mentioned, I didn't only mention at the Semai. I mentioned Asempa. At the Semai, I mentioned Adepa. I mentioned Adrimpa.
All these are cold stores that he's been able to create.
He's been able to create. You do the say averagely 50 workers with averagely 20 distribution centers. Multiply by each of the distribution centers, 30 workers. This alone so about 1,000. We inquire over 1,000. Now start factory at Table Mountain. A first 700 workers directly. Farmers in Kahon. Farmers. Say Kuafo a could dia bancheno a triaba because oba sponsor Kuafo to go and work near tria or the bancheno abba because that's the raw material benya start near day. Farmers in Kahon. And obviously the farmers will be more than or no more factory. So you can also pay that. Let's even be fair. Where the modest number also around 700. Yeah, he can say. Yeah, but fruit line factory, food line is more 350 workers, and also farmers are also there and can also buy the enkaho or more mokofa a bankaho the distribution the enkaho.
And we have all these on record.
Your Kansas City Media, no.
Number two,
fa saa workers ne saa dan kakaka no any security any nkofo mo any wahoni mo from freelance wahoni we dey paying around be 80 or 100. How many are we looking at? And I sebi tafrat or a politician. And then I dey bia no the be dey e be trouble.
Okay.
And you may be higher the trouble day. I also must carry the contract. For the sebi you akodi road contract na can road contract. Na nkofo ye dwuma ma na eno say intime ka say e kwan we ken na you